Hi, it's John Benarzik. Welcome to my channel, EV Intuition, where I help you understand all about electric vehicles. I give you the good and the bad, the pro and the con, unbiased information to help you make the correct EV decisions in your life. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the different types of electric vehicles, because one may be more suitable for you than the others. So if you like the content that I have, please subscribe. I will have future episodes explaining more and more about details about EV ownership. If you have any comments, please feel free to include those below also. So let's begin. So we're going to talk about the types of electric vehicles today. And before we begin, we must define what is an electric vehicle. An electric vehicle is a vehicle with an electric drivetrain. An electric drivetrain just propels the car, moves it forward. It really consists of two major components, a battery for the energy source and one or more motors. Given that, let's talk about the different types of electric vehicles out there. There are really two major categories of electric vehicles. The fully electric vehicle, which most people refer to electric vehicles as the fully electric vehicles, but also there's the category of hybrid electric vehicles. Fully electric vehicles only have an electric drivetrain, whereas hybrid combine an electric drivetrain with an internal combustion engine. Let's first talk about fully electric vehicles, which are often referred to as battery electric vehicles or BEVs for short. Battery electric vehicles have a large battery because that's their only source of energy in order to run the electric drivetrain. Battery electric vehicles have a range of over 100 miles to over 500 miles, depending on the type of car that you purchase. The key thing about the electric vehicle, fully electric vehicle, is that you must have a place to charge it. They have variations on where you can charge it. You can use DC fast chargers, which are found along major highways and expressways, or you can charge them at home using AC chargers, or in public chargers using AC chargers. And they also have some of the battery returned to them through regenerative braking. The other thing about a home charger for a fully electric vehicle is that you want to have a 240 volt outlet. The reason for this is that if you want to fully charge your vehicle overnight, you're going to need the higher voltage. Now, most house wiring is 120 amp. That's the 120 volt circuits. That's what you find throughout your house in the United States. So you're going to have a specific 240 volt circuit put in your garage or wherever your location is where you're going to install your charger. So just keep that in mind. Battery electric vehicles also tend to be a little more costly in sticker price. But the key thing around that, and we'll get into this in other episodes, is you really got to look at the total cost of ownership, because you're going to save some money running on electricity. Now, electric vehicles have been around for over a decade. The Nissan Leaf and the Tesla vehicles really brought fully electric vehicles to the mainstream. And now, today, almost every manufacturer out there has a fully electric vehicle for you to choose from. Now, let's talk about the second type of electric vehicle that we mentioned, the hybrid electric vehicle. The hybrid electric vehicle combines an electric drivetrain and an internal combustion engine. The hybrid can be broken into two different types also, because there's the standard hybrid and the plug-in hybrid. The standard hybrid has been around for over a couple of decades. I owned a 2007 Toyota Camry hybrid, and what it basically does is uses the electric drivetrain to improve the overall miles per gallon on the vehicle. You can have a gas vehicle that would get maybe about 25 miles per gallon, but with the hybrid portion of it, it could bump it up to around 40 miles per gallon. And how does it do this? Well, just like my Toyota Camry, it basically, when idling, shuts off the gas engine. And then it uses the electric drivetrain to accelerate at low speeds till about 10 to 15 miles an hour, where it then will switch to the gas engine. So the key points about a hybrid electric vehicle is that it runs just like a gas vehicle. There's nothing special that you have to do or additional that you have to do. You don't have to charge it. It comes with a small battery that charges itself either through the engine or through regenerative braking. Now, most manufacturers have at least one or two hybrid variations of their vehicles out there. And they're becoming more and more popular because they improve your fuel economy without requiring you to do any charging. The second category of hybrid vehicles is referred to as plug-in hybrids. Plug-in hybrids are often abbreviated PHEVs or PHEVs. The main difference about a plug-in hybrid is that they have a medium-sized battery. They're kind of like a middle of the road between a standard hybrid and a fully electric. Their medium-sized battery gives them a range somewhere between 20 to 60 miles in distance. Now, that is very helpful for people that just commute small distances, and it allows them to use the cost advantages of running on electricity versus running on fuel. But people can get a choice between that. They can decide which mode of the vehicle they want. But the more popular one, the one that I know one person who has an electric plug-in hybrid, and that's what they do. They go to work each day and they just use the electric portion of that vehicle. And hence, they very seldom fill up their gas tank. When they go on a road trip, that's when they use the gas portion of their vehicle, or if they go greater distances in a day. Now, plug-in hybrids tend to be a newer form of electric vehicles. There's not as many out there, but manufacturers are now starting to have more and more plug-in hybrid options for you out there. The thing about a plug-in hybrid also is that you typically charge them at home on an AC charger or public AC chargers. Most of them don't have the fast chargers on them, though there are a couple that do have that. But in general, what you're doing is plugging it in at home. And the nice part about that is that you can also just use a standard 120 volt plug and don't have to have any special wiring to hook up your home charger to it. Whereas a battery electric vehicle actually requires a 240 volt electric circuit if you want to fully charge that overnight. So I hope I've given you enough basic information to help you understand the differences of the different types of electric vehicles today. If you like my content, please subscribe. I'll have additional episodes on electric vehicles coming shortly. I'll look forward to seeing you then. Thanks.